Okay, I have bad news for everybody on the West Coast and in the eastern half of the United States. The HAARP operators have reinstalled the stationary high pressure in the jet stream about 1,000 miles west of California. Okay, now this map is 4 days old, and what I'm talking about is this clockwise turn in the jet stream. And this means that there's high pressure or descending air right here in the jet stream. If we jump ahead to October 2nd, we see it's still there. October 3rd, it's still there. October 4th, it's still there. Now if we look at the current map and the forecast, okay, if we jump ahead, let's jump here. We're watching this curl here. Now we're going to jump ahead 24 hours. It's still there. So that makes 5 days. Another 24 hours, 6 days. 7 days. They're going to keep that high pressure pin there for an entire week. And then if we let this run on through, all the way out to 180-hour forecast, they are maintaining this high pressure in the jet stream. What this is going to do, and what it is doing, is it's causing high temperatures, above average temperatures on the West Coast, and unfortunately in Alaska. That's where it really matters. But this horrific high temperature and drought is going to be continued. If we look at the precipitation map for the next 6 to 10 days, below average temperatures predicted for the Pacific Northwest. The 14-day outlook, above average temperatures in Alaska. This is a disaster because it will melt the Arctic methane, and above average temperatures in the West Coast. Precipitation forecast, 2-week forecast. More drought in the Pacific Northwest. Now the winter outlook is just like last winter. Alaska, significantly above average temperature. The West Coast, significantly above average temperature. They're not showing anything in the northern plains here, but I'm sure that'll change. It has to if they keep the pattern in place. And again, the precipitation forecast for the entire winter is below average precipitation. Now, if we look at the satellite maps, I can show you some proof about what I'm talking about here. This goes west, visible light mode, mid-afternoon, October 4th. And first we notice right here there's this straight line, a margin of darkness. It starts out as a straight line, and as the afternoon wears on, it turns into a smooth arc. So this entire patch right here is photoshopped, and I believe the big Alaska HAARP is downbursting here, creating high pressure. And they have to hide that because there's the HAARP outflow boundary dry air roll cloud rings. In fact, if we look right here, this is where the small Gakona HAARP is downbursting. And if we look ahead towards sunset, and back up, okay, so this is where I think the small Baja Haarp is downbursting, because we can see these concentric rings as we step forward. Right at sunset, we can count these rings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 concentric rings. And so this is the spot right here where the Baja Haarp is heating the ionosphere, pushing the expanding air down into the top of the jet stream. This is the high pressure being created in the jet stream. And you know, I have to say that there's no stretch from a technical standpoint for the Baja Haarp here to be reaching out this far. In the daytime, it can easily reach out that far. Now at night, it cannot reach that far, and that's why you see the patterns start to come apart at night. Here is basically midnight, October 4th, And if we look at the jet stream, this is 300 millibars, 30,000 feet. If we look, we see there's this void. There's this area in the jet stream where there's nothing happening here. This is the Haarp downburst. We jump ahead 12 hours. It's still there, doesn't move. Jump ahead 12 hours. Still there, doesn't move. Jump ahead 12 hours. Still there, doesn't move. Now this one is at 12 Zulu, 5th October, which means that it's 7 a.m., October 5th, Central, and that means these patterns start to break down overnight because the Haarp transmitter cannot add any energy. This is such a big, important operation for these Haarp operators that they have started a new psychological warfare effort. And what I mean by that is they're photoshopping the Goes East satellite to confuse everybody and distract from the Pacific. Now this is Goes East, invisible light, October 4th, daybreak. Everything looks normal. Jump ahead a couple hours. Now what we see is these strange rings and east-west lines. And I can tell you, these east-west lines are psychological warfare. These do not exist in nature because they're straight east-west, and they're not a satellite artifact unless it scans like the old CRT television video camera. So if I zoom in here, you can see it better. They maintained these mysterious lines all day, October 4th. And what they are trying to do here is get everybody to run around like chimpanzees, shouting, "Oh, it's Haarp, it's Haarp, look at that, look at that." Because, I mean, this is pure psychological warfare. They are trying to keep people from looking in the Pacific where their operation is really happening. And look at these lines in Montana, and even lines in Minnesota. There were lines everywhere yesterday, October 4th. Granted, the jet stream is very fast over Montana, and sometimes there can be these perpendicular lines formed, but this is all psychological operation. They are trying to just simply distract from the Pacific operation. Okay, so one more thing I wanted to show is that if we look at the global jet stream map, and granted this is still forecast map, but nowhere on planet Earth is the jet stream pinned in one place, except for right off the coast of California. Everywhere else it flows, it's just kind of moving, there's nothing holding it in place. But I watched this stationary high pressure all winter last year, 2013, 2014, and it's what other people call the ridiculously resilient ridge. And if they bring this thing back and hold it there all winter, everybody needs to know about it, so that by springtime there will be enough rage that law enforcement has to act, has to find these people and arrest them. So in a way this is a warning to the Haarp operators, lay off, because as bad as the drought is in California and the heat wave, the real criminal activity here is melting Alaska over the entire winter. Last winter it was warmer in Anchorage than it was in Kansas. So if we have a repeat of that, then this is eco-terrorism at the highest levels, attempting to melt the Arctic methane as fast as possible. These people have to be found and arrested and put on trial for genocide. Okay, thanks for watching. Let's all keep an eye on this. this is of utmost importance. Thanks.